Hello my dear friends, welcome back. Today let's talk about something that I think every magic practitioner encounters sooner or later, which is fear. And fear is a frequent feeling that we may get when we try to go into this path which is not very clear, and we may deal with different experiences that are beyond the ordinary. But I think that this fear and maybe a bad experience doesn't have to take over us. And I want to have this discussion with you today because of the following email that I received from a dear viewer. Let's read the email. Hey Nicole, I just wanted to reach out because I watched your video Mastering the Art of Seeing. I followed all the exercises you talked about using peripheral vision, and they worked way better than I expected. At first, I was just practicing in my room and it felt cool. I followed all the instructions with triangle, the tree, with people, and at first I thought that you were talking nonsense. But then I made a huge mistake. There is this old cemetery not too far from where I live, so I went there at night to try the exercises. Big mistake. Let me tell you, I have never been so scared in my life. I can't even describe half of what I saw. It was like shadowy figures, but they weren't just shadows. Some of them seemed to move when I wasn't looking directly at them. It freaked me out so much, I heard noises and voices. I ran out of there and didn't look back. The thing is, ever since that night, I've been having these crazy nightmares. I wake up in a cold sweat, and I swear I sometimes feel like I'm being watched. I thought this stuff was supposed to be a joke. I thought that you are just lying to us, and I watched the videos just to entertain myself. But now I am a believer and I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice for getting back to normal? After this, maybe I will follow your manifestation advice, but I don't want to experience this ever in my life. First of all, thank you for your email and for sharing your experience with me. And I'm deeply sorry that you had to go through this. And with all the videos that I do, it was never my intention to put people in bad positions or to cause harm. I don't know if I did this in that particular video, but I always tend to add a disclaimer that when you are doing certain things, you have to be careful because these things are real and you may deal with certain experiences that you don't want to dive into. But from your email, it's clear that you've taken the exercises seriously. And I admire your courage for exploring this practice. But keep in mind, it's not uncommon to have this kind of experience, especially if you are doing this kind of exercises in a place which is as energetically charged as a cemetery. When you enter, for example, into a cemetery, even during the day, you feel some kind of way because that place is an emotional charge space in our physical plane and it will affect you. Anyway, I understand what you are feeling right now because in the beginning stages of my practice, when I tried certain things, I was scared as well. And what you saw was likely a mix of residual energies and entities that exist in places like cemeteries. And please understand that these energies aren't necessarily harmful. If you saw certain beings or maybe people or things like that, please understand that these spirits were at some point people. They were maybe someone else's mom, dad, sister, aunt, etc. I've done this before myself because I wanted to explore and to understand. But you didn't interact with them, okay? You just merely had a deep moment of seeing that basically helped you to see what is beyond the ordinary. But from your email, I get the impression that you did not interact with any of them. You just saw beyond the ordinary. And I understand you. I mean, it can feel overwhelming, especially when you are sensitive or when you are new to this kind of stuff. And your peripheral vision exercises that you did there merely just open the door for you to see. That's all. And I highly doubt that something stuck to you. I think that you got such a fright from having this whole experience that now this whole experience had a big impact on your subconscious mind, and now all these things start to bubble up in your dreams. If you look online, you will find plenty of stories from people who had one unexpected experience and suddenly they couldn't touch a tarot card or do visualization without feeling on edge, without fearing for their life. I get it. I mean, having a weird experience like this can shake you up. So, strange experiences like this can happen, okay? When you start to connect with energies and entities, when you actually start to practice. But this is just how it is when you start to practice. Here's what I recommend for you to get back to normal, because you said that you don't want to deal with this anymore. So my first advice will be to start to cleanse your apartment, home, whatever. Clean your space and your aura. And again, you can use any method that resonates with you. Okay, there are many methods out there to clean your space energetically. You can use smoke cleansing with sage, with Palo Santo, or with incense. Or you can just go from room to room and to pray over the room. If you don't pray, you can just say positive affirmation, or you can just say that you clean that space of any bad residual energy that doesn't belong to you. If you decide to use smoke, you can smoke the room while you are saying these prayers. You say that you release any residual energy that you got from that cemetery, and then you can smoke yourself as well. And I recommend you to do the Kabbalistic cross and the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and then the middle pillar. These are some rituals from the Golden Dawn, and you can do, for example, the Kabbalistic cross and the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram in every room of your house. Another thing that I do after doing certain practices, I sprinkle my floors with salt. And when I sprinkle my floors with salt, I pray or use positive affirmation in order to make that space clean. And of course, after you've done all the sprinkling of floors with salt, then vacuum everything very, very well, every corner. Clean really well your home, because when you do deep cleaning, you also clean the energy level of the home also. And for example, another thing that I recommend to you, play in your home at least for a week uplifting music like angelic music. I like to play in my house a lot of jazz because I think it's soothing, it creates that cozy atmosphere. Or you can play, I don't know, religious music, things like that. Do anything that makes you feel safe and nurtured. And as for nightmares, I recommend you to place a small bowl of salt by your bed, and before going to bed, you may consider to invoke protective forces like Archangel Michael or any deity that you resonate with before sleeping, and ask them to guard you in the night. In my case, in the beginning stages, when I as well experienced fright, I often did the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram before bed. And another visualization that you can add before bed, you can visualize how your bed is surrounded by this circle of electrical energy in the color electric blue. Also, I recommend you to avoid watching videos that are related to paranormal. Try to stay away from anything magic related just for a week or so. Or if you read this kind of stuff, try to read something that is uplifting. Try to watch comedy. Try to watch like uplifting material and immerse yourself in this kind of material basically, because the subconscious will get back to normal. Again, please understand that you are the one in control. You just saw, you saw some strange things. However, these things cannot follow you around if you don't give them your attention. Okay? So try all these things that I said here, and I am 100% sure that these methods will destroy this negative experience of yours, and everything will get back to normal. Again, thank you for your email. Take care. And for all of you watching, again, whenever you are considering to do a certain practice, please keep in mind that you may experience things that are out of the ordinary. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching.